we are addressing something we had talked about previously, but we're going to go back and address it again. So, Pastor Blinks, the guy who did a previous story about shaving women in church, he has another stunt of a similar nature. He just did something of that type of a nature where he's supposedly shaving a woman in church. And I wanted to talk about it again now because I've talked about things that are out there where people are actually faking things, okay? But on this one, we have to stretch it again. And I'm going to stretch it with this particular pastor who is actually been spotted with the video out there claiming or faking to be confronted by occultic people. So this pastor is out there claiming he was confronted by occultic people and he was supposedly going to fight them. He fought them out publicly, out in public, in traffic, and the whole nine yards. So I'm going to play that video. Then I'll come back to Pastor Blinks, the guy who was shaving people's, women's, the whole nine yards, which there is another video now. And so, yeah, stay tuned for that one. And let's get into both these videos in a second. So this is the one of the pastor who was faking being attacked by Yahoo boys. Or
this is what is happening here at Douglas. This is what is happening here at Douglas. Jesus, over Douglas, over Douglas. This is Odumeje. Somebody is challenging Odumeje at Owerri Douglas. Somebody is challenging Odumeje.
And I hook on a police station. And I make on a Sambisa police.
Jesus Christ.
There's only one God.
Somebody just dropped a charm
That name is Jesus Christ.
at Odumeje's convoy car. Jesus, Odumeje that destroyed it.
before we go to Pastor Blink's entire situation, before we address him, let's address this fake one here. So supposedly they came, they stopped him, there was some type of a confrontation, whole nine yards, challenge each other's powers, who is more powerful, whose God is more, you understand. They even have 666 written on their back, whatever. But then they pretend to be in a fight out in the public. And then they put this pot with fire on top of a car, and then he takes it and then he throws it down to the ground, almost like he's, you know, it's almost like it's all stunts. These people are all playing stunts. And this is the one thing that Paul talks against. It's one of the things that Paul talks against. He says, we didn't come with gimmicks. We didn't come with enticing words or things that would draw people in. We came with the truth. So the presentation that they were there for was the truth. And so therefore, which means you judge a man of God by the truth he presents. That's why my focus mainly, I'll talk about all these other things, but my focus mainly on this channel is doctrine. Because that tells you how truthful a person is. So this man couldn't even have an authentic confrontation with occultic people. No, it wasn't. He couldn't even have an authentic one. He had to go out and fake it. So let's go back into thinking as what I stated earlier on. You judge them by the truth they tell. The truth they tell tells you how authentic the man then is. You're expecting fruit from a wrong area. That's what you see in that story. But then, not only that, if you go into this new video of Pastor Blinks,
Please put it there for me. Raise it and put it there. Hey!
let me give a small little highlight. Pastor Blinks has been in the news previously. Every single now and then, 3, 4 months, 5 months, whatever, however long it takes them to shoot a stunt, or however long it takes them to brainstorm having a stunt, he always has something. Always. He was at one point bathing in a tub, giving church members to drink. He was at one point doing some other shenanigans and whatnot. I don't even want to go and address all of them. But in this recent one, he can be seen doing the same thing of shaving women. On the previous one, we saw it just weird, we questioned, and then we got to find out who he was really. Found out that the man doesn't care about church. He's really just a person who just follows his own ways. We did an interview with End Time Truth, if you don't remember also. If you go to End Time Truth's channel and you search Pastor Blink's interview, you will see me and End Time Truth interviewing him. And he highlighted, he says he doesn't have temptation. I said, Mandem, please take that, throw it in the garbage. You are not a bulletproof, you are not a robot. You are not designed, as a man, you are not designed like that, where you just don't have feelings. You just don't get tempted. Brother, take that one, throw it in the dustbin. So already we know the kind of a person we are talking about. Personally, not interested in having an interview with him. Never again, never. I was in that interview with End Time Truth. I won't do another one because I know that his ideas are just weird. And for a person who claims to be in authority within a church space, I wouldn't trust him with the Bible, not even an inch close to his hand. Yeah. So this new stunt, the reason why I wanted to address this is that these stunts are always seen as if they are new. Okay? So people sometimes don't even know that this is actually how he builds his popularity. At one point he had this TV show on TV doing these things. And so it's not the first time. Okay? So for someone who's seeing this for the first time, it's not the first time. We've talked to the Mandem doesn't care. He doesn't care that it makes the church look bad, even though he is acting to try and pull people's attention to the falsehoods in church. It's now a different act. Because people, they intentionally shoot these videos. If you watch the End Time Truth interview, they intentionally shoot this video so that it causes a stir, so that it drives traffic to them. Okay? So they intentionally, they're not doing it with the intention of people should see it in its true light that there's this type of thing that exists. No, they do it to confuse people. That's the number one thing about this. To know about whatever you see from this guy, shaving women, whatnot, all that kind of stuff. Number two is that my issue with him is that as a person who claims to be a Christian, he literally puts his hand on women. He literally puts his hand on women doing these things. Even if you are acting, there are ways that people act that they don't do it. He actually does in the video. This is not a person that I would have anything to learn from. I wouldn't be there saying, because at last time when we were talking to him with End Time Truth, he was saying, no, you guys should be promoting these things. I was promoting rubbish. I'm not promoting rubbish. We don't work like that, madam. What do you think we are here for? We are here to rebuke your kind that make the church look bad. And so, just in case you come across it, I'm highlighting it so that you are aware of it. There is this type of a thing. He has a new video that is out there, and it's even more graphic. The shaving and the whole kind of hajjaz. I don't even advise you go out there looking for it, but if you are that curious, hey, you know what, they say curiosity killed a cat. If you are that curious and you go out, you look at it, it's a new different video that they might have recently shot it. I didn't even do research. There's nothing to research. We know the person. We know who's doing it. We know why he does it. He does it to cause confusion because he knows around church there's a lot of subjects that come up and they can just pull any stunt and make it look authentic so that people can find out that they are only movies later. After causing confusion for a week, people will only find out later that no, it's fake. So we are highlighting it now. He has a new video. Don't take him serious. If you see somebody posting it, just highlight it to them. He's a weird type of a person who claims to be a Christian. I don't recognize him as so because he does constantly show himself as an attacker of the church. That's my issues with him. Man them not to be trusted. It's Ricky Reality Show. And we do daily pre-share commentary videos, other videos that are done. Just leave it down in the comments, so check them out, and I will see you over there. I wanted to just highlight that because sometimes people are not in the clear. I'm not going to address it like it's a new thing. It's not a new thing. It's an old thing that he just keeps doing.